Hello to Jules and Claudio from Pilgrims of Yearning. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Davey. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, so nice to meet both of you. I've really been enjoying your new record, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So this is your first full-length record. You came out with an EP a couple years ago, 2018, I believe, which is also very good. And this new one, Forsaken Lands, came out in June, I believe, correct?
Yeah, correct. Late June. So it's been out for a bit more than a month now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it sounds really good. So tell me about the history of your band. How long before your first EP had you been together?
Well, yeah. So together, like as a couple, we have been together for how long? 15, 16 years now? Or less. Like I'm bad with numbers. But as a band, Claudia, you started with
yeah, I was talking about as a band.
So I started with the project, like I would say months before we came to the US. So let's say that was 2015. And by that time, we were playing together in the same band, right? I was doing the second guitars, and Julia was doing the keyboards and the chorus, right? For Ammoniaco, for this band in Chile, right? And then I started to create some songs. And then when we moved to Boston, that was in 2015, then I started, to do something more concrete. And this is how the EP came, right? I mean, after a couple of months and being here in the winter time, right? Here in our place. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was winter. We were here. We knew nobody, so it was like.
I mean, it was. Let's say it was more than some months. It was, let's say, a couple of years, right? But it's long. I mean, when you move to another country, it's really complex. I mean, it's not easy. It takes some time to.
Yeah, to just learn to navigate through another country, another culture, the language, everything, and so. It's not that you started in 2015, you had some ideas, but you started writing, I don't know, like 2017 or so, like
right, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. And so you feel like you're kind of settled into the music scene there in Boston now?
Well, it was not easy, but yeah, I mean, at this point, I think that people around here, at least people who are familiar with the style we play, they know about us, and we have people who go to every show now. Well, before the pandemics, of course. Yeah. So it's great. I mean, when we started, of course, nobody knew about our history with our previous band back in Chile, that we were promoters back there. Nobody knew about that. So, of course, the first shows were a bit difficult. It's like you need to start like knocking doors, telling people who you are, right? But I think that now we are pretty much established in Boston. We have a great community with that we are part of, between venues, promoters, bands. So I think that music also helped us a lot with the adaptation process, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, now that this album is out, everybody knows who you are.
I hope
we don't know. We don't know. David, to be honest, we don't know, because I mean, we don't have a record. I mean, we are
record label.
We don't have a record label.
Sure.
Thank you. Important declaration. Yes, we don't have a record label, so it's like everything is do it yourself. So we don't know what is our reach for the moment, right? So
yeah, and also, like there are so many good bands out there.
Yeah.
Right, and in our case, it's just the two of us here trying to do our best. But of course, there is so much good music around that it's difficult for me as a listener. It's difficult to keep track of all the new records that are coming. So I guess that this exposure you have is pretty limited, and also with social media. you're scrolling down all the time, right? Or you're on Spotify and listen to 30 seconds of a song and that's it, right? So is this culture now of that everything is so quick, so fast, is so much offer that, as Claudio said, we have no idea, honestly.
Sure. Yeah. Well,
we have no idea what we're doing.
You both do a good job of promoting. You reached out to me personally to let me know about the new album, and I just fell in love with it immediately. And I know a lot of DJs across the country are playing your music now, so good job. I'm curious about how the pandemic has affected your creativity as a band. Are you able to get together with your bass player to write songs, or like what are you guys doing right now?
No. So Sean, our bassist, he is an essential worker. So he has to be dealing with customers every day. And on the other hand, I belong to a higher risk population, so we really cannot get together to rehearse. Doing our part, right?
Yeah, but I think, so what we have done is these videos, right? These home videos, and let's say it's a different creativity, right? You need to explore how to set, right? In our case, what we did with Unbroken Bells was something that we put together a lot of images that we recorded during the previous months in our trips, in our personal trips. We were recording here and there, and then we put this together. And okay, so we created all these videos. At the same time, let's say we just finished the album, right? So we just released the album. So for me, I'm taking it, slowly, right? I'm starting to compose some things, but no pressure for the moment. And and the pandemic, is I don't know, is serious, and I think it affects everyone, and I think it affects the creativity as well. I would fully understand if someone cannot create in these conditions,
Yeah.
Of course,
and fuck Spotify CEO, like we are not producing like an album every 6 months. But I think that we are on the lucky side on the pandemics. We can both work from home, so we have been both like getting ourselves some more equipment to explore new sounds for the new record, whatever it comes, right? But I think that where we have been hit hard is in touring, of course, because usually you release a record and then you go touring to promote it, and now you don't have that possibility. The only exposure that you have in that sense are these online fests, right? So we were lucky to be part of the El Rialander Fest. It was like a Gothica style fest organized by El Rialander from Mexico. And they had like many good bands, including Mephisto Walls, Incubus, Succubus. So that was great being part of that. But other than that, touring fests are pretty much over for us, and we don't know until when, because for me, being in a high risk population, I depend on a vaccine and a treatment being available. So we can get to a moment where everybody's like goes back on touring, and we cannot do that yet. So
right. Yeah, it's pretty scary times, but I'm really happy that people are continuing to be creative, even though like you said, it is kind of strangely difficult to continue to be creative, even if you are home, even if you're home with your partner who you make music with. I know a lot of people who are having a lot of difficulty accessing that creativity in themselves right now. So speaking of the creative part of the album, your politics are really a big part of the album. It's like kind of a theme, it seems like, that runs through the entire album. Being that you're from Colombia and Chile, you're no strangers to authoritarian fascism Much of it, if not all of it, was backed by the United States. And now you're in the belly of the beast, you know, and especially during the Trump era when it's really laid bare, you know, it's not hidden anymore. It's a really intense time, and you're here for it, coming from countries that were very badly affected by US policies, both secretive and public. How has that affected your album and your music?
Oh, all right. I mean, maybe I can speak for that. So the first couple of songs that I wrote for the EP, right? They were much more existentialist in nature. But then when I became more comfortable with writing and everything, of course you start looking around, right? What's going on? And I never been shy on politics. Like I was part of unions back in Chile and things like that. So to me is like you as a writer, right, are always impacted by things that affect you. And of course I feel that I cannot just ignore what's going on and live like nothing is happening. I don't know. A lot of people do that, valid, whatever. It's just that in my case, I just cannot be like happy when I know that there are so many things going on, right? So even the title of the album, Forsaken Lands, I think it has to do with that. When we first came to the US, one of my first feelings was of abandonment, and not only because we came to a country with no friends or family, but also because I could see from the very beginning how lonely people are, like in the sense of detached from their families. Like it's super common from someone to live in LA, for instance, and their family in the East Coast, or how abandoned they are by the government, like this culture of save yourself, right? And things like that. Like I think that had a great influence in the name of the album. And then in the songs, we have songs like In God You Trust. It's very subtle in reference to the whole like politics of the US, which is basically like this is the land of freedom for a very small set of people, right? And the rest of us, right? So, or the last song of the album, 8/12/27, that's the code in the U.S. code of law, like that defines what constitutes an illegal alien, and like which people are like set up for deportation. Mm-hmm. So this song talks about the caravans of people coming from Central America that made the news last year, right. and kids in cages. So it's partly in Spanish because of that, mm-hmm. right? So yeah, I mean, even some songs like Haven, for instance, is a more, like you could say, a more introverted song. Like it talks about like the need to find a haven, right, from all that's going on outside and overwhelms you. And I think that has a lot to do also with people here in the US not really appreciating those times when you have to rest and take care of yourself. Here is like you always have to be doing something, producing something, even in your spare time, right? So these songs, like even if it like apparently is not very political, it also has this angle to it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, the individualism and the pressure to always be doing something stems from politics, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what do you think the future holds for your band? I know that's kind of a difficult question to answer during the middle of a pandemic when we don't know when it's going to end. But, ideally, like if it ends 6 months or a year from now, what do you think the future of Pilgrims of Yearning looks like?
So, I mean, we will write more songs. I mean, we will work more, and I mean, it's something that now is part of us, and we just released the first album. So, I mean, it's just the beginning. And
you're writing songs right now, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to, to do some mock-ups here and there, right? No pressure. We already have, let's say, the concept of the full album, right? We want to start maybe in a different way this time, right? Maybe we want to have a general concept, and from there, right, to define the songs under that umbrella, let's say, something like that, right? So we are progressing on the conceptual side, right, of the album, and in the meantime, yes, I mean, working on new songs, but very, very slowly, no pressure, and because I don't know, I think the second album has to be different from the first. It doesn't have to be let's say a continuation. It has to be something more. I don't know, something more, right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think it probably just will be naturally without having to try, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Frequently, a band's second album sounds different.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's funny, because I mean, we have recorded how many videos here in our place now? We have The Visitor was recorded here, in God You Trust. In God You Trust was recorded here as well.
Yeah, Unbroken Bells.
Unbroken Bells. It was
the live.
The live, right? So, and now we have some ideas for the next one, right? So, I mean, why not? I mean, everything from our place,
Good. Hey, that's great. Yeah, good. I love it all. And looking forward to hearing more from you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
No,
thank you, Davey. Thank you for the invitation.
Right. So nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.
And all the best for your new show.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay.
Hi everyone, hope you liked that video. If so, please like and subscribe to receive notifications when we upload more content. New Music Mondays is a live stream show every Monday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on twitch.tv/DaveyBonesOakland. It features myself and a weekly guest DJ spinning new releases in the world of dark music, post-punk, goth, dark wave, as well as interviews with the people that make the music happen. So it's a lot of fun. Make sure to join us live. Again, that's every Monday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., or actually about 9:30 Pacific time. The audio will always be uploaded the next day to my Mixcloud page, mixcloud.com/DaveyBonesOakland. And thanks for watching the video on YouTube. The interviews will all be uploaded to the YouTube channel, as well as an occasional kind of behind the scenes video as well. All right. Thanks again.